Howdy y'all, this is Daniel Nicholson with Nicholson Farms and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going through all the goats and working them, trimming hooves, giving any kind of medication that they need. So y'all stick with us and we'll kind of show you how we do that. Said we're going to be going through all the goats. We're going to be checking their famacha score, kind of looking at their eyelids and checking, see if they need to be wormed, checking their hooves, see if they need to be trimmed. We've also got some medications in case some goats need some other things than just a dewormer. We'll kind of go through what I have here and kind of show you what we use or we're going to take with us just in case. Start off with, we've got some needles. These are 18 gauge 1-inch needles. We don't get too particular on needle size. I've got a drencher. We've got some selenium. I'll show you what we're going to do with that in a little while. We're probably going to give a couple goats some copper bolus. They look a little, got some rough coats, so we kind of want to clean them up a little bit. We'll give some copper bolus, but we'll talk about that soon. I've got some gloves. Got my hoof trimmers. The reason I have gloves because last time I used these things, I cut my finger pretty good. I've got some red cell. This is not the jar it comes in, but I'll leave a link in the description box for that. We've got our wormer mixed up. This is Prohibit. We've got some fortified vitamin B complex, several syringes, some Nutri Drench for anybody that's kind of weak. We've got some spray paint. Whenever we work goats, we mark them on the shoulder if they're good. We mark them on the butt if they needed any kind of attention, just so we can keep that in our records and we know which ones that we already worked, so we don't work twice. We've got some hoof and heel for kind of hoof rot if anybody's got a little bit of hoof rot. Some blue coat for cuts. Electrolytes, just a little gel. Let's see. We also have our copper boluses. Like I said, we'll talk about that soon. And also our bolus gun. But I'll show you how to use that because I know at least 2 or 3 that I definitely want a copper bolus today. So let's get up there, get them all caught, and get started. It's early in the morning. We started early in the morning so we can get done, don't stress these animals out, and also we don't get help. Got my little brother Matthew that's going to join us. So let's get up there, get them all caught, and we'll start going through them, and I'll show you what we're doing. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna see if we can get them all pushed up into the barn, give them less room to move around. That's less room that we have to chase them. So we'll get them on up in there and get to working on them. Hey. 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 Let's go. Hey. Yep. Yep. Yo. Yep. 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 Hey. 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 So I'm gonna set the camera up real quick, and we're gonna start working on these. If I find one that needs attention, that I can really show you a good example of what we're doing on, I'm gonna stop the camera and we'll do that. But we got a bunch of them, so I'm sure we're gonna run into at least 1 or 2 that really need some attention. So. All right, start off with it. This is our goat named Sheep. If you've been around, you've seen her. She had some health issues several months ago. She still hasn't fully recovered. She's got a rough coat on her. She's kind of a pet goat, so I'm not gonna sell her. So we're gonna go ahead and give her a copper bolus today. So this copper bolus gun, you can order these on Amazon. I'll leave the link in the description. You can order these copper basic capsules. That's just little pieces of copper. And we're gonna set that, well actually, I like to use selenium. Or vitamin E gel. It kind of holds that capsule in there while you give it to the goat. And just put a little bit in there. You don't have to do much. And you're gonna just stick your capsule in there. It kind of helps hold it. Most goats are going to be selenium and vitamin E deficient anyways, so it's a good idea. So we're going to grab her And the idea is we shove this down her throat, and then we'll push this, and it'll deposit that capsule into her esophagus, and she'll swallow it. That copper will attach to her inside of her rumen, and it kind of helps them fight off some parasites and other things. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. This stuff really helps with a hair coat. So let's go ahead and get her done, and then we're probably gonna worm her and trim her feet real quick. Like I said, this needs to go back as far as possible in her throat. Kind of get to the back. And then you're just gonna shoot that pretty hard. Pull it out, hold her mouth shut until you can feel her swallow. She's actually chewing the capsule up now, which is fine. It's not gonna hurt her. Just kind of watching her, make sure she doesn't spit that capsule out like that. It can be difficult to get them to swallow it sometimes. I haven't really found the trick to it. That's why I don't really do this that much anymore. I just make sure my mineral has a lot of copper in it. But sometimes some goats need a little extra help. I think she just swallowed it. I'm not 100% sure. She didn't spit it out, so go ahead and worm or check her eyelids. You can probably get close. This probably be the best example to out here in the light. Basically what I'm doing, you're gonna push and pull, and that mucous membrane is gonna pop out. You see how that's kind of pale? She definitely needs to be wormed. She's not terrible, but we're gonna go ahead and worm her today. So I've got my wormer drawn out in the drench. Stick that back as far as you can. Squirt it, hold her mouth shut, make her swallow. That's gonna be her. I'm gonna go ahead and trim her feet real quick off camera, and then we'll show you trimming the goat's foot here in a little while. All right, so we finally got everybody taken care of. We trimmed all the hooves for those that needed it. We wormed everybody that needed it, and surprisingly, we had to worm a whole lot more than we normally do. I figured with rotating the goats like I have been, that that would have helped with the worm load. But I think what's happening is my herd's starting to develop a little bit of resistance to the Prohibit, so I need to switch up my wormers and possibly start thinking about doing a combination wormer. If I decide to do that, I'll definitely talk about that. But we do have everybody done and ready to go. We're about to turn them back out. So let me turn them out real quick and we'll wrap this video up. What Matthew's doing is double checking that they got a mark, that we got them. Pretty sure we got everybody though. That's it. So everybody's taken care of. Everybody looks healthy for the most part. Like I said, we're experiencing a little bit of resistance to that wormer in our herd, I do believe. I think that's the problem. We've been rotating pretty regularly, so I don't think it's that they've been on the same spot for too long. So we're just gonna keep an eye on it, keep checking them. Like I said, we worked the whole herd today. We typically try to do that every 3-4 weeks or so, get everybody pinned up, kind of check some eyes. Today we actually did trim feet. Normally I only trim feet about twice a year, but we went ahead and did it today. I really appreciate y'all hanging out with us. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It means a lot to us. We're closing in on 500 subscribers, and we want to do a t-shirt giveaway. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can get entered into that. And also leave us a comment. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. And we appreciate it, and we'll see y'all on the next one.